YouTubers, my name is Amber. I hope you are enjoying a fabulous day. I know I sure have certainly had a great time today. I wanted to put out another tag that I'm going to call the SoLo MiO Tag, and it basically is all about what we get to do when we have a moment to ourselves. Kind of a spin-off of the Me Time tag, but as I was watching video responses and thinking about the questions, some of them didn't necessarily apply to me. So I was thinking about it, and then I went to lunch today with a couple of my friends, and we were talking about traveling and things that we like to do with our, husbands and our kids. And then it got to, well, what are some ideas that you like to do when you have a moment to yourself? And I thought, I need to put that out on YouTube, because if you are interested in some new ideas, maybe you'll hear something that'll just resonate with you and think, I want to do that. Or you're going to find some more in common with other people here on YouTube and make some new friends. So either way, everybody wins, right? So I've compiled a list of about 7 questions to kind of get you thinking about what you might like to do for your alone time and get some new ideas. So here goes. Number 1, what is your favorite activity to do by yourself? I love to leave my kids at home and go to Target. Just me. I know. I'm a very simple person. I like to go to Starbucks. The barista is incredible that we have at my local Starbucks, and she makes the best drinks ever. I let her surprise me every time. But I get my Starbucks, and then I just walk the entire store. It is glorious. Absolutely glorious. And it's even better if I get the chance to go into Ulta and Sephora. But by far, that is the epitome of fun when I get an alone time and I'm enjoying it, because I know once my kids are older, that is going to be something that I take for granted, because I'll be able to shop while they're in school. But right now, it is such a very simple luxury that just makes the most. And getting pedicures. I don't know. I still think Target wins out, but getting pedicures is pretty awesome too. So definitely what I like to do in my downtime. Number 2, some book recommendations of things that you've recently read or that you're currently reading. I have 3 books that are just absolutely fabulous. In fact, we read them in book club. I meet with a couple of friends and we talk about fun, interesting books, and we tend to go with the best-selling list and things that are made into movies right now, because those are, on discussion for everybody. But I have 3 books that if you want to pick up something new, that's entertaining, makes you think, and books that you can't put down, or if you're not into reading and you want something that is interesting to keep you into the book, I have 3 that I would love to share. The first one, I'm going to go on and annotate everything in the description box below so you can get the info for Amazon, Kindle, whatever. But the first one is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I absolutely enjoyed that book. I typically have a hard time with a lot of books and movies because I figure out the plot long before it ever develops, so I find things to be very, very predictable. Gone Girl kept me on the edge of my seat the entire book. I loved it. And to get inside that author's head, I mean, she wrote on an entirely different level of crazy. I mean, just props to you, Gillian Flynn, because the way that she wrote the relationships and the dynamics of the characters and their actions, all while keeping the suspense and the thriller atmosphere going. I mean, she put so many little twists and turns that I couldn't stay ahead of her in figuring out the plot. So I'm very, very excited to finally be able to sit down and watch the movie, because I'm curious how it translated to the screen, because that book was nuts, absolutely nuts. So there is a reason that it has received so many 5-star reviews. We're talking thousands and thousands of reviews on Amazon. It is so worth your time. You can get it for cheap on Kindle. Go read it. Just go read it. It's crazy good. The next book that I would recommend is called The Appetites of Girls by Pamela Moses. That was a book I stumbled on at the library, and as I started reading it, I suggested it for us to read for book club, because it's the story of 4 girls that room together at Brown, and with their appetites, it's talking about how their relationship with food as little girls impacted their relationships with their family, how it impacted them as teenagers, how it impacted their choice in boyfriends and husbands, and their personalities, and how it impacts their careers once they're, in college trying to figure out what they want to do in life. So if you're in a book club and you want something that's going to encourage deeper conversation to get to know the women in your book club better, hands down fantastic. It reminded me a lot of my days in college. There are a lot of tough issues that are addressed in the book. So it'll make you think back to your days of making choices yourself. And as you read each of the girls' stories, you'll find pieces of yourself and their personalities and decisions that they made and things like that. So it's a beautiful, beautiful book. It'll make you reflect if you are out of college and in your careers and you have kids and marriage and all that. And if you're in college, you're going to feel right in the moment of everything that you're experiencing right now with the girls in this book. And then it also kind of gives you a glimpse into how they handle life after college. In terms of food and things like that. So beautiful, beautiful book. It definitely brought very just awesome discussion. And in fact, that book brought us closer together as book club because we talked about some of the tough choices that we've all made in our lives and in our past and things like that. So beautiful. And then the third book I'm currently reading for book club, it's called The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty. When we first decided on the book, I was kind of like, it's going to be the husband's cheating. Maybe he's got another wife. I thought I had it figured out. But as I'm reading this book, there are 4 ladies that are being brought together. No, 3 ladies that are being brought together with a common thread. And I'm not quite through the book right now, but I've been super impressed with the way Leanne Moriarty writes because she has the dynamics of the relationship coming together without ever having the people really know what's going on. So it's interesting to see this writing unfold, and I love how her twists and turns, like I had the plot kind of figured out, but she's put enough twists and turns that I keep reading because I'm like, okay, well, how's that going to develop later? So she's keeping me on the edge of my seat. So The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty, excellent book, easy, quick read. The chapters are super short if you want something very quick to go through over the Christmas break. All right, number 3, what is your favorite treat to enjoy when you have some alone time? I love Starbucks. Yes, I swear that they put crack in that because I keep going back. It's really a problem. Now that we have the iPhone 6s and the gold cards on there, it's really a problem. But yes, I love my Starbucks, and my favorite drink is the light mocha frappuccino because the holiday drinks have kind of been ruined. So sad. I guess I should go into the sidebar. I don't know. But I love the holiday drinks too, but the pumpkin spice latte was ruined for me after that whole article about the carcinogens and stuff in the syrup. I always thought that the syrup tasted very synthetic before, but after that article, I just can't bring myself to drink a pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks anymore. But then now the caramel brulee latte has been ruined, and I used to love that drink. But my husband showed me this video that basically showed the fat content of the caramel brulee latte is the equivalent of 9 chicken nuggets for just a grande size. So yeah, I don't want to run on a treadmill that long. So I'm back to my skinny mocha frappuccinos. And if you are afraid of the light option, because I know I used to be, I'm like, if I'm going to drink a frappuccino, I want it in all of its, sugary laden glory. Like I'm not going to do low fat or whatever. But the light frappuccinos are actually very, very tasty. In fact, I think they're a little bit richer than the normal frappuccinos. The only difference is they make them with sugar-free mocha syrup and then skim milk. So it doesn't taste that much different. You still get the ice cream feel to it. And then I get it without whipped cream, so I can have my Starbucks without feeling quite as guilty. That's one of the things, like, as I'm changing my diet and I'll have to do a whole separate video on that. We'll just get to that later, but I'm not ready to just let Starbucks go. I'll fail if I just let Starbucks go. So we'll just end with that, shall we? All right, number 4 is, what are your favorite beauty products to reach for during your alone time? I wanted this question to be very open-ended, because I know some of you will talk about favorite things that you reach for if you're going to take a bath, or favorite things that you reach for when you're going to do your nails, or when you do your toes, or if you have a favorite hand cream or things like that. So I wanted that very, very open to interpretation. My favorite beauty products to reach for, any of my makeup, because I consider putting on my makeup very much my me time. It's very calming. I find it very relaxing, and I enjoy the creative process of actually applying it. So, but I wanted to leave that open for you to include some things that you like to reach for, because I know we're always on the hunt for beauty products that work for us. We're always on the hunt to try something new. So there you go. All right, number 5, if you could do anything you wanted for an entire day, there is no limit to how much money you could spend, what would you choose to do? And this is one of the things we specifically kind of got around at lunch today, because one of my friends is going to be moving to Paris in January. And so we were talking about traveling in Europe and living overseas and doing all these things, because a couple of us have lived across the world in various countries. And if I had a day to myself, I would have to go to London and do the entire Tudor history tour. I am a Tudor history junkie, and I know that I would bore my family to tears if we ever went to London, because I would want to go to the Tower of London, I'd want to go see the Crown Jewels, I'd want to go see Henry VIII's palaces and do all the Elizabethan stuff. I mean, I am there. So yeah, we were talking about that today, and like, just yeah, I would so need to have that to myself, because my husband and my kids would be like, we're ready to move on, seriously, Amber, and I would be like, no. So yeah, London, Tower of London, Anne Boleyn, the whole 9 yards. Number 6 was another topic that came up in conversation, and that is, what is your favorite TV show that you secretly love to binge watch when you're by yourself? I love Teen Mom. I love, and it's something like, my husband is like, you were killing so many brain cells. I love that show. I watched Teen Mom. I watched Teen Mom 2. I watched Teen Mom 3, 16 and Pregnant. Now that I don't have cable, I don't keep up with them anymore. Like, I'll see, you know, occasionally when there's tabloids or, you know, online stuff, I'm like, okay, whatever. But when we had cable, I loved to watch Teen Mom. All right, and last question, number 7, what is your favorite movie to watch when you are alone? My favorite movie of all time is Gladiator with Russell Crowe. I don't care if it's on TV, I would watch it. Now that I don't have cable, that's not a big deal, but that is a movie I can watch every single day, multiple times a day. I absolutely adore that movie. So there it is, the SoLo MiO tag. I'm going to tag a couple of you in the description box below, but go on and start spreading this tag throughout all of your social medias so that we can get to know each other and make some new friends and get some new ideas when we have some downtime. So enjoy the rest of your day. I know that I've got a lot of videos coming your way, so be on the lookout and make sure you're subscribed so that you can keep up with Pan That Palette and all the things I've got going on. So that's about it. I'll be seeing you very, very soon. Bye.